Well, I think, just dealing with everything around it as we did last year. Last year's class we had to deal with the potential 2 years, and now this year's class, with the potential 1 year postseason ban. And so it will actually be it's actually refreshing today to move on to now be able to recruit kids that we don't have to recruit against the postseason ban, and giving the schools extra firepower against us. So it'll actually be refreshing now to go on to next year's class and be on a level playing field.
Is there any player that was kind of like the biggest, most pleasant surprise that you just said, wow, we got him, that's pretty cool? Any one of them like that?
Yeah, I think Lamar Dawson, local kids, California kids, you usually, like to think that you're going to get them or at least be in the top 2. Lamar had a number of great schools to go to. I was in the middle of Kentucky, obviously not right down the road. I'm in SEC territory. A very good student, team leader, potential great player, and obviously a very big position being a linebacker. So to be able to go in there and get Lamar to come probably was the biggest surprise. We knew the night before, but as I've said before, if you're watching the show and they're pulling hats and you don't know, they're not pulling yours. So even though it wasn't a surprise that minute, but the night before was pretty exciting.
Looks like a lot of linemen. How big a void was that, both on the defensive and offensive side?
Yeah, just going back over the season, we had some really good defensive linemen play for us this year. We weren't able to rotate the way that we'd like to, especially with all the spread offenses and the number of plays in college football and in this conference now. We need to do that. And so it was an area of need, defensive line and offensive line. If we could have, we would have signed more. We just had, I think we might have 7 or 8 healthy bodies, or 8 healthy bodies for spring ball right now on the offensive line. So it was something that was very important to us.
How much did the addition of Andre Walker mean to you? Because you got the player from Arizona, but did this kind of like solidify for you that we're getting the depth we want? And what kind of player is he?
Yeah, Andre, was probably right behind Lamar as far as, surprise. Here's a player at Glenville High School. When you study, when they're off by Ohio State, they usually go to Ohio State. And so for us, with everything around us, to be able to go and get those done was very critical for us. Both in our position we need. Andre is 375 pounds, 6'5", so he gives us some size there. And we'll see, plug him in and see what he can do. Those were probably the most exciting to me to see. I had talked about during the season that I had not felt the sanctions and bowl bans as much locally as I had, going to get the kids from a long ways away. Now it gave them an excuse not to come, to go get a couple kids that everybody in the country was after, to still come with all that going on. It was very exciting.
When did you find out about Walker coming? Was it the night before, this morning?
No, I've known for a few days. I was with Andre last week, and had known pretty much he was coming to us.